how's everyone doing today? Anybody watch the debate last night? Man, Trump owned Kamala. Kamala was so full of shit. She didn't. Every time she was asked a question, she would do something to cut Donald Trump down. She never answered anything straight out. She beat around the bush. Her ideas for tax relief were ideas that Trump came up with. I mean, she's a joke. If she somehow gets elected, in my opinion, someone's going to try to assassinate her. But that's just my opinion. I'm not saying someone's going to do it. I'm just saying someone might try to do it. We can't have 4 more years of Democratic presidency. I mean, our economy sucks. I mean, Biden and Kamala actually cut my vet benefits have been cut in half, and because it's Bidenomics. So and a lot of vets are suffering the same fate. When Trump gets into office, he said he's going to reinstate those. Those are earnings. I spent 30 years in the Marine Corps just so I can get out and have only half of what I earned. My medical benefits are cut in half. I'm sorry, but I don't see a Democratic president next. We can't let it happen. Trump is right on one thing, though. When he had the conversation with the Taliban to lower their weapons so the withdrawal could happen, it would have gone smoothly. But the Democrats left people behind. They got people killed. They gave the Taliban all our weapons, our arsenals, everything. They left all that stuff behind. So now we had the most sophisticated weapons in the world. Now the Taliban does. And that's how Hamas was able to get their hands on them. Our world was at peace when Trump was in office. And anyone that disagrees with me, that's fine. You can disagree with me. But since the Democrats, Biden and Kamala took office, our America has been a land of who do I have to kill today to walk out when I walk out to my car, just to start my car to go to work. Who do I have to kill today because they let all these immigrants in, all these negative immigrants in. We need the wall. We need to start deporting people. We need to close that border. Only let in people that go through the chain to get in, not just because they're an immigrant, but because they go through the chain of command to come in the legal way. That way I can accept them. But just, hey, come on over, We'll give you money. This one guy, this true story. This one guy, he lives in California. I can't remember his name, but what he does is he came across the border, and he got $6,000 when he came across the border. He waited a month, went back across the border, come back again, and they gave him another $6,000. He did it 3 times. That's how he makes his living. Makes $18,000 a month just coming across the border. And this is what Kamala and Joe Biden have done. This is why our economy is going broke. This is why they got to cut benefits for military veterans. I don't know what to say or what to do. I mean, of course, I'm voting Republican. Uh, I'm voting for Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. When it comes to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Donald Trump, I gotta stick with Trump. I will admit, when he was in office, the economy was flowing good. Everyone had jobs. Everyone had jobs, regardless of what the jobs were, whether they were washing dishes or they were in a business suit in an office someplace. It didn't matter. Everyone had a job, and everyone could get a job, whether they were felons or college graduates. Everyone was able to get a job. There was no discrimination on different jobs. If you had the education or you had the knowledge, you were hired. Because of the laws that Biden and Kamala put out there. Kamala signed a bill. This is back when she was a district attorney, or signed a bill, voted for what, she was a senator or a district attorney. I mean, this is before she became vice president. She signed or voted for, if a African American person were to get convicted of any type of crime, they do life in prison. And now she's claiming to be African American, and I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, why can't people see that she's just she says what she has to at the time, and doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't, you know, her actions speak louder than words, you know. And what has she done lately? She hasn't done anything lately. No, well, I don't know. I watched that debate, and all I know is Trump owned Kamala. He owned her ass. And if people couldn't see that, then they were blind. But he owned her. She tried to bait him. Tried to bait him a couple of times, but he wasn't falling for it. And yeah, Kamala, I think, lost that debate. Personally, I mean, she had a few good points. Actually, not a few, just one good point. The fact that she was vice president. And speaking of which, all these promises that she's making, if she was president, you're vice president, you can do something now. Why don't you do something now? Why wait to be president? Because, see, a vice president actually has more power than the president does. If she wants something passed, she can get it passed without the president. So, see, technically, when we vote for president, we're voting for two presidents. The main one and a backup. She's the backup. That's why if the president wants something passed, the vice president can say, no, I don't want it passed, and it don't get passed. The vice president has a lot of goal power and a lot of veto power over the president, and people don't realize that. It's always been that way. And you're going to tell me I'm wrong just because these are the Gen Zs telling me I'm wrong. They don't know anything about politics. I'm a baby boomer. I grew up in the midst of a lot of political situations. And if you don't vote for Trump, then you're not even an American. I mean, you were maybe been born here, but you're not a true American. In your heart, you're a foreigner, pretending to be American. A lot of people here in Illinois, which is supposed to be a blue state, is voting red. I've talked to groups of Democrats. I went to a couple of Democrat meetings where they gonna what they're gonna do. A lot of top Democrats here in Illinois are gonna endorse Trump only because they don't want to see a very absent-minded person like Kamala Harris given the office, and they definitely don't want to see someone who has dementia get in there again. Although Biden said he was stepping down. At least Biden had the balls enough to say, okay, hey, my mind's gone. I'm not going to be able to run second term. You know, that's good. He admitted it. He manned up. I actually respect him for that. But Kamala, she doesn't even know what color she is. Now, well, this country is going to go to hell in a handbasket if we have 4 more years of Kamala Harris. She's going to end up starting World War III. She don't have the experience for presidency. Trump has worked with a lot of presidents before he became president. He worked over the years with a lot of presidents side by side, Democrats and Republicans alike. So he pretty much got the experience of what they face every day. He pretty much got the years of experience that is needed to be president. He's also got the schooling to back him up. He didn't go to no Ivy League college like people think. Maybe later in life he went to an Ivy League college after he was able to afford it, but when he was younger he never did. He went to a regular college, you know, and not quite sure what he studied. I think it was political sciences, and he studied, of course, real estate, because he's a real estate mogul. But everybody said he ran the country like a business. Yeah, he ran the country like a business, but it was a good, solid country. Everyone was happy. And then, of course, the Democrats try to put him in jail and impeach him, and he beat impeachment twice. He's beaten all these charges, and Kamala brought up the fact that about the paperwork that he took from the office. What about Joe Biden? Joe Biden took paperwork from the office too, took files and stuff. Why isn't he impeached? I don't know. It's like I can do it, but you can't. That's the way Democrats feel. Oh well. Enough bitching for now, but I want Trump in office. I really do. I've sat through many, many promises that Biden and Kamala both promised to do while they were both in office, and none of it got done. Not one thing. All they did was make this America bad again. People getting killed by immigrants. People getting robbed by immigrants. Them allowing MS-13 to come into the U.S. and take over Colorado. A Venezuelan gang, which is a branch of the MS-13 gang. We had to call one of the baddest motorcycle groups, the 1%ers, in to protect this country. And I'm gonna tell you, these guys are worse than the military because they don't play by rules. They play by their own rules. I'm glad that we did call them in. And I'm glad that they're there to protect our country since Kamala and Biden don't want to. Maybe we should get a 1%er as president. Then this country will be top notch. I guarantee you. You get a 1%er in there as president, and this country will be where it's supposed to be. Oh well. I'm Jim with Life's Adventures, keeping it real. Y'all take care and God bless you all.